What is free trade? Free trade is an agreement between two or more countries to trade goods and services without tariffs or tax. Free trade exists when there is no restrictions on imports and exports. These restrictions can take the form of tariffs. For example, a tax paid in moving products across an international border, or regulation and local laws that make the trade more difficult. And those are only the few advantages of free trade compared to the disadvantage that can free trade cause. Marcos pushes for Asia-Pacific Free Trade Agreement. My stand on this issue is that President Bongbong Marcos should prohibit free trade in the Asia-Pacific. Why should President Bongbong Marcos prohibit free trade in Asia-Pacific? Free trade indeed provides some advantages because it made the product and services to be acquired at a lower price, especially during COVID-19 pandemic. But free trade is not the right way to boost the Philippine economy. Well, in fact, it might be the reason to worsen the situation of our economy. Why? It is because our country, which is the Philippines, will be dependent on those countries, and it can lead to exploitation. Those countries will take advantage of the natural resources we have, which can develop their economy. So in other words, if we will agree to their program, which is the free trade, we Filipinos are the ones who will suffer due to exploitation. Also, free trade agreements reduces the tax revenues that are available to the government. A free trade agreement creates a shift in how value enters society. Before, there is an implementation of these contract types of goods and services that develop revenues for the government through the use of tariffs and fees. Once this agreement will be started, the money flows to the corporations. Instead, it then becomes the government's responsibility to collect taxes from the profits and revenues earned from the new structure. This is why we should not agree with the free trade agreement that was launched by President Bongbong Marcos with APEC members, because this will often struggle us to replace the revenues and import tariffs, and also may affect the status of our economy. According to President Bongbong Marcos, a free, fair, open, and non-discriminatory, transparent, inclusive, and predictable trade and investment environment would have economy practice responsible policy making that is crucial in ensuring that everyone can fully participate and benefit from trade. Yet, I would not agree with this statement. In fact, free trade may cause the loss of manufacturing jobs in our country, especially in some industries, because certain goods that are from foreign countries are cheaper to produce overseas than to make domestically. They can produce their goods at a lower price because their foreign labor is typically cheaper, and is beneficial for companies to allocate their human resources outside the country. That is why many industries or economies in the Philippines are now experiencing exploitation. On top of that, there is a huge possibility for us to acquire cheaper goods because of the cheaper labor they experience. In short, free trade isn't really the right way to enhance our economy. Besides, they are only taking one another for granted. Therefore, we trade with other countries in order for us to satisfy our own needs and wants. We can benefit from trading by having a lower cost of tariff. But free trade has done more harm than good. Free trade changes our economy in an imprecise way because our local products, sellers, consumers, businesses that employ consumers and make goods, the government, etc., are being exploited. This is also because of the unbalanced trading, total foreign trade, and inflation rate.